Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I do want to first of all say thank you to those who have subscribed, but continue to do so. It helps me out and it definitely grows our community. We all want to speak about Manchester United, so definitely get involved in the comments and, of course, drop a like, hit a share, and make sure you reach all of your Manchester United friends and family. So, as you see in the thumbnail, more leaks. We play Burnley tomorrow, and that in itself is supposed to be our focus. But how can we, and most importantly Ten Hag, focus on a Premier League game when he has so much things happening off the pitch? And this is not even mentioning Sancho and Anthony. This is leaks from the dressing room, the same players that come into training, that look him in the face and simply show a bad attitude. We know who these players are that leak things to the journalists. We know that they would rather, once again, turn on a manager rather than work their butts off to get back in the team. They think they are entitled. They think that they have a particular status at the club. But they are worsening their own character. These players were supposed to be gone in the transfer window. In my opinion, they should have been gone long time before Ten Hag came in. But a standard of mediocrity has been engulfed into the club. It ultimately starts by the Glazers, but it's filtered right through to certain players. Burnley is going to be a difficult team for us to face, especially away from home. And knowing these players, their fragile mentalities, some of them, it will be affected once again away from home. And they ultimately drag the entire team down. But I want to focus on the leaks that have come out. I also want to speak about Jadon Sancho because there was something that came out via the Daily Star. Now, whether you believe the Daily Star or not, they are somewhat close to the club, like a Samuel Lockhurst, a David Ornstein, etc. But it is very, very important for us to take note of these leaks because it's the same noises that are being made to another manager, being Ten Hag now. It happened under Mourinho, especially when he publicly criticized the players. It happened to Ole, and he seemed this nice guy to the public, to the media, but they were the same players, in my opinion, putting him into his grave behind the scenes. And now it's happening with Ten Hag. It's disgusting. These lazy players who rather choose to complain than work hard should have been gone. They cannot and won't be able to consistently perform and train at the standard that Erik ten Hag wants at Manchester United, let alone the standard that Sir Alex and his team put into Manchester United over years of hard work, determination and desire to be the best club in the world. As I said, the Glazers obviously are the root of all of this. But the players themselves, certain players don't have pride, they don't have passion, they don't have the urgency to do well. They don't see the honor in wearing a Manchester United jersey and feeling the privilege to play for this club. How can you sit on your butt, earning your bucks, and then you decide not to perform? What a shameful professional you are. Guaranteed there are people dying and crying who want to wear the Manchester United jersey. It's frustrating and annoying, and it does piss me off to the point that I wish I could see these people, these players who are constantly berating the manager in a negative way, that feel the need to go to these so-called journalists who are supposedly supposed to reveal the truth, but would rather take a juicy story that is toxic and put it out there. They also want Ten Hag out. They didn't want him to be Manchester United manager. We know this. We've literally seen how they pushed for Pochettino, the guy that they wanted. But we as the fans did not want him. We wanted Erik ten Hag. But I want to focus now a bit on the leaks that has been put out there by Samuel Lucas. And it is reported that a number of Manchester United players are starting to grow weary of Erik ten Hag's criticism. Dressing room sources have said that some players believe ten Hag has favourites in the squad, who he is unprepared to single out for criticism, while they feel others are routinely rounded on by him. Samuel Lucas, a supposed dressing room journalist, someone close to the club. But I guarantee you it's the same players who are leaking this toxic information to him. And those same players that leak this information to him are the same players that are not able to perform on the pitch, that show a lack of fight, a lack of desire, a lack of commitment to do well for Man United. And we see them do this on the pitch. But yet, they'd rather be at the club and sit on their butts on the bench. They should be dropped to the reserves. They shouldn't even get a chance in the team. How dare you say that you are tired of the manager's criticism when that is his job when you are not doing well? How can you try to perform and be at a certain standard if you do not accept people telling you, hey, you've been crap. Hey, listen, I think you can do better. Listen, you cannot keep doing that. You're making mistakes. If you cannot accept criticism, especially at a high level in any sport, let alone any job that you do, then your mentality is weak. Your mentality is not strong enough for you to be at that standard. They should do themselves a favor and get themselves out of the club. The club can't do it for them. We've seen that. So they should do it themselves. Maguire turning down an opportunity to go to West Ham. McTominay turning down an opportunity to go to Fulham. Sancho showing absolutely bad Apple habit. It has been reported by the Daily Star that the club is willing to let him go at a low fee in the January transfer window and might even go for the highest bidder just to get him out of the club. Ten Hag already banished him from the team. It was seen that he's playing FIFA before Manchester United's game against Bayern Munich. If he was playing during the game as well, that's on him. But look at everything Ten Hag has to deal with and somehow still has to focus on Burnley. How can he do that when there are players dragging him and the team down? When they are speaking such absolute trash to him to make him more under pressure. And yes, he is feeling pressure. We have 3 losses in a row. We don't look the greatest in terms of confidence. And away from home, we absolutely suck. So, these leakers, these so-called professionals, need to leave Manchester United as soon as possible. The club needs to back Erik ten Hag. The club needs to ensure that the players who are leaking this to the media are the ones to go, not the manager. We cannot have Erik ten Hag sacked. We cannot go through the same cycle again. When the players turn on the manager, then the manager goes. The club has to back him. So, for me personally, Burnley tomorrow, ex-Man City captain, Vincent Kompany, their manager, we know they will have and want to have possession of the ball. Kompany is very proud about the way he wants to play. And in my opinion, I think he's just trying to copy Guardiola at City with his style of play. But they will work hard. They will fight. They will get stuck in there, especially in midfield. So for me as a starting 11, the back 5 only has one change in my opinion. Varane is reported to be fit, so he needs to come in alongside Martinez, Reguilon, the low right back, and of course Onana in goal. In midfield, it has also been reported that Amrabat would be fit to start this game, and he has to come in alongside Casemiro to allow us for him to track runners, take a bit of pressure off Casemiro, and allow Casemiro also to be a bit more free because he doesn't have that much defensive responsibility. Amrabat will track runners, he will, intercept balls, he will allow us to be more defensively stable. With Varane as well back, we will be more defensively stable to deal with whatever Burnley wants to throw at us. But he has to start alongside Casemiro. There cannot be another player. Eriksen cannot start there because we will again suffer having no midfield. So it has to be Amrabat next to Casemiro. Bruno in the 10, of course. Rashford on the left-hand side. We saw him pass more against Bayern Munich. Didn't have that great of a game, but can do more in my opinion. And I think that he obviously will start on the left-hand side, and Højlund up front. They can improve their, shall I say, partnership and link-up play with more games that they have under their belt. On the right-hand side, now it has been reported that Mason Mount is going to fulfill that role because Anthony is not there. But I would still want to see Pelistri start, in my opinion. Pelistri has to start. I think against Bayern Munich, he had a decent game. Could have gotten more of the ball if we were brave enough. But that cannot be his only chance. He has to have a longer run in the team that would allow him to be properly embedded into the team, getting that rhythm with the team that plays, and of course, providing a better progress and development in linking up with a Bruno, a Højlund, a Rashford, etc. Delo on the right-hand side who will play with him. I think Burnley is a team where he can and should start. It's a lesser team, no disrespect to them, but he will have more of the ball. He will have a better chance to attack his fullback and thus allowing us to have an outlet on the right-hand side. If Ten Hag goes with Mason Mount, also no complaints there. He has played there for Chelsea, as I said before in previous videos, but I think Pelistri, in my opinion, needs to be the one to start on the right-hand side. So Burnley will be a tough game, and we have to be concerned about how they will come at us, how they will, shall I say, get stuck in. They will be there for the tackles, and we need to have the exact same energy, impetus, and industry. We cannot start this game well, waste chances, and then capitulate and lose the game. We have to win. We cannot have 4 losses in a row. If that happens, there will be serious questions asked of Ten Hag and especially the players. There needs to be a win against Burnley. We have to turn it around. With players coming back, it can and it does look better for us on the pitch, but it is going to be a long season, as I keep on saying, and we have to be definitely keep our hopes at a certain level, because we can go on a run now and win a couple games in a row, but we also need to be wary of the fact that throughout the entire season we will be having certain low points again, because this team, the squad, is not entirely what it should be. If we get new owners before January, maybe we can bring in a couple players that will strengthen the team. But the way it seems right now, that is not going to happen. I don't think the Glazers are making any progress with the sale, but that is a conversation for another video. But thank you for joining me in today's video, the preview to Burnley. More leaks came out, disgusting. Get them out of the club. Sancho could potentially be gone by January. And of course, we need to get a win. 3 points is all that matters tomorrow against Burnley. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, share, and hit that notification bell. You know what to do. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate your support. Till we see each other in the next one. Bye-bye, Red Devils. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share, and subscribe.